This is the On to Mark Wrestling Podcast. Kick back and hang with your hosts, Kayode, Lewis, and Joel. Let's mark out.
Woo, fellas. What a weekend in professional wrestling. If you are a fan, this was probably bigger than WrestleMania weekend, some would say. Welcome to On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. I am the producer, Kayode, joined by none other than Lewis, the administrator, back from on assignment. He was on assignment. We sent him out there. And Joel, the hater. We are back, y'all. Episode 99. First off, fellas, I gotta do this real quick because in terms of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, fellas, we have hit 1,000. Give it up for us. Thank you to everybody, all the people following us, supporting the content. We appreciate you, man. This wasn't easy, man. We just took some content, some working with some stuff, and some additions that added to the show. Yeah, we thank you. We hit 1,000, and now we're gonna we're to the moon, baby, to the moon. But welcome to the show, Lewis. How you doing, brother? You're back from All In. How was your experience, man? What did it do for you, man?
I'm glad that I got my voice back. But yeah, just to add on briefly, real quick to what Kayode was saying with the shout out for the 1,000 followers. Yes, it's very greatly appreciated. It took some hard work over the last couple of years to just continue dishing out the content and giving the haters what they want, giving the lovers what they want, and onward and forward from this point on. So yeah, just we just love to chop it up with all things related to wrestling. So if y'all want to collab to all the podcasters and content creators out there, you want to have a guest spot, just hit us up on social media.
Yes.
But I am back. I am back from All In. Let's get right into it.
Let's get right all into it, man. We have an administrator's report for you. Lewis, you got to share with the people what your admin's report about. I could take one guess. What you got for us, man?
Yes, sir. So welcome to this edition of the Administrator's Report. Yes, and this is going to be my recollection, my recollection of my live in-person perspective of All In Texas, which was here in Arlington. I'm not going to reiterate a lot of the points that I already made on the social media pages and, all the stuff that they were touting on Dynamite and whatnot. We all know it was a fantastic event. 3 of the matches on the card, you can make the argument for match of the year. Just tremendous stuff all around. The crowd was super hot for most of the night, but especially the main event. I was going ape shit with certain moments. That main event was really comparable to what WWE did with WrestleMania 40 in Philly. You didn't have like a scientific wrestling match, right? Like it's not everybody's cup of tea to see forks and barbed wire and glass and and nails going into backs. But it was great storytelling. And I think that's what's going to make this memorable. This ending so memorable for the company, not just the pay-per-view. This really is going to go down as one of the most memorable events that AEW's ever produced. Like top 3 to top 5 easily. And I think from a production standpoint, being there in person, it really did feel like the biggest thing, like the closest thing to WrestleMania. Because you're not going to get anything as big as WrestleMania or most of the marquee events that WWE does because it's WWE. But considering it's AEW, my hat's off, man. They made it. It really did feel like a tremendous deal.
Yeah, give it up, AEW. That production was on point. I was waiting for some shit to blow up, something, a fire that happened in the corner. But AEW kept it real professional. The best produced show I probably have seen from AEW, Lewis. So yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, and I love the fact that everybody, no pun intended, was all in. Like everyone in attendance. With the exception of this mark that was sitting in front of me. And I'm gonna bring attention to it because this is you know what? Before I get into that, right? I do want to say I was able to run into a couple of talent, like Roderick Strong, Marina Shafir, and whatnot, right across from Globe Life Field. And I saw some clips surfacing online. It was celebrating Shelton Benjamin's birthday. It's always fun when you run into wrestlers like outside of the ring, even if you don't really get to like converse with them too much, but it's cool. Like just the atmosphere and everything like that. It was overall an amazing weekend. A shout out to one of our greatest supporters, our biggest supporter, Giovanni, my good friend. He was able to share all those memories with us.
Yeah, good for Gio. Avid supporter of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Thank you, brother.
Yes. But going back to the mark in front of me, the reason why I'm going to bring attention to this is because it serves a larger point. I have been to, as a fan of wrestling for more than 2.5 decades, almost going on 3 decades at this point, right? As a fan who's been to many live events over the course of the last 2 decades and change, this has to have been the markiest shit I've ever experienced at a live event. So basically, homeboy in front of me, he had drinks in the system, whatever. But the whole night, he's like turning around, trying to have conversation about the product, but he's doing so in a very condescending way, where like he's admitting that he doesn't really keep up with AEW, but he's letting it be known that he's not crazy about what's happening, what's transpiring in front of him. Now, it was okay for the first couple of matches, but then it got so annoying and bothersome because during Toni Storm versus Mercedes, he kept on chanting, "Let's go, Sasha." During
the paid marks
during the Young Bucks match, the epic tag match, right? After it was all said and done, I'm like, I told you they would tear the house down because look, the 4 world-class athletes. And he just goes, it was all right.
The paid marks are out of control.
And during, I believe it was during the main event, he started chanting for Goldberg. He was chanting for CM Punk during at some point. He was wearing a CM Punk shirt. Then when Danielson comes out, mind you, nearly the whole stadium is chanting yes. It was a fucking awesome moment because at last year's All In, Danielson had that moment where he won the world title, and shortly after he retired. So it was great to see him. So while everybody's chanting yes, he goes no.
This guy.
But here's the cherry on top. When the triple main event started, he whips out his phone and starts streaming WWE Saturday Night's main event.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm like, I tell Gio, like, is this guy's fucking annoying? Like, is he really doing this? My whole thing is, if you're in attendance for something, why are you going out of your way just to seem like you're the coolest guy in the room? Exactly. Nobody gives a shit about Goldberg in that moment in time. For you to go out of your way and try to shit on what you're seeing in a historic event, a live event, it's like, why did you even bother coming to the show? Now, I don't know what your business is, like if you were gifted the tickets and you didn't really want to go, but someone in the crowd, I think in the row in front of him, he called him out. He was like, dude, shut the fuck up and enjoy the show. And just to wrap it up, it was that's the markiest shit I've ever seen. You fucking marks gotta Like that took the cake, man. Yo, if I understand if you're a hater of something, but stay home and don't try to ruin the experience for everyone else. Like just to
100%.
seem like you're cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you think Saturday night's main event was that much more important than an AEW pay-per-view that you're attending?
Yeah, man.
Stupid shit, man.
Yeah.
But other than that, it didn't ruin my experience. Actually, it added to my experience because it's very enlightening that there's doofuses like that exist.
Oh, they exist.
So-
They're still out there.
Man, as the president of the Haters Club, I gotta give a red flag on the play to this Mark over here. You're gonna hate by purchasing a ticket to the company you hate. What are you
To the
doing, bro?
company you hate.
You're not even hating. You're not hating right. You're not even
Right,
hating
you're not even doing it right. That's what I'm saying. You're not even doing it right.
If you hate it that
paid
much, stay
money.
your ass at home and watch Saturday Night Main Event. It was a free show. You could watch it on NBC. You didn't have to pay any money, but you decided to. Well, we don't know his business, but you decided to attend an event that wasn't for you and try to bring everyone around you down. This guy gets three thumbs down for this.
Right.
This bozo. This bozo
It should be 6 thumbs down.
Yeah,
Two
we
for-
gotta give homeboy. Yeah,
two
we
for
gotta
each of us.
bozo behavior right there.
The doofus
Seriously,
of all
bozo
doofuses.
behavior. But other than that, it was an amazing experience. One of the greatest wrestling events I've ever attended. Like
Now,
bar
would you
none.
now? Final thing, Lou. WrestleMania 39, All In 2025.
Oof.
The experience from beginning to end. Where you at with it?
Ooh.
Because you were putting over All In weekend like crazy.
Yeah.
I went.
yeah.
So I don't know.
I-
What's your thought?
I really enjoyed WrestleMania. If we're just talking about the event itself,
I'm talking experience from everything from night one to when you left. Everything.
I got to get back to you on that.
Oh, that's good.
Because you know what it is? It's 2 different products, so it's really hard to compare. It really is very hard to compare because I enjoyed WrestleMania 39 for what it was because it's in the confines of the WWE universe, and I'm enjoying All In because it's in the confines of AEW's product. So it's very hard to compare. But to kind of roundabout answer your question, I would rank those 2 as 2 of my favorite wrestling events I've ever attended for sure. Yeah, they're like if I had to rank a top 5, those 2 would be on there easily.
Okay.
Now I got a question for you, Lou. So I think the pay-per-view ended up being the longest pay-per-view in North American history or whatever it is. 6 hours for the main show, 8 hours if you're including the 0 hour. How was it in the stadium? Did you feel like, damn, this is long? Or was it like from beginning to end, it just was great?
No, I did not feel at any point that the pay-per-view started dragging. And that was probably one of the most amazing things because I was there pretty much all day, right? Like I got there a little before 1 p.m. Central Time, and we didn't leave until, I don't know, like 8 o'clock or whatever it was. So that's pretty much the whole day. But it didn't feel like it just didn't drag. It did not drag. Like you had your slow moments, and that's par for the course. You had your slow moments, but it did not drag, and that's amazing. You know how hard that is to do for a pay-per-view of that length. So again, shout out to Tony Khan, man. He kept the crowd engaged, and when it hit the crescendo of Hangman winning the title, cherry on top. That was perfect.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice. Listen, man. Well, listen.
I wish y'all were there, man. For real.
I know.
I'm sure now you guys regret not going.
I wish I was there too. That probably would have been the pay-per-view to be in attendance for this year. But listen, we're gonna get into it because we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna show some love right now. Show some love for the women of wrestling, y'all. I just give it up for them. And I'm talking about
Across the board.
Across the board, really. Yeah.
Board. I'm talking Athena, Naomi, Toni, Mercedes, And if I'm missing anybody, just everybody, even the
Io,
women,
Rhea. Rhea, Io.
Rhea,
Stephanie
yo,
Vaquer.
Stephanie Vaquer, But I gotta tell you, I was extremely impressed with the ladies who came out. They performed, they did their thing. I think the most exciting win for me this past weekend was Naomi cashing in that money in the bank. What a main event on Evolution, Rhea versus Io. We had a feeling that was probably going to happen, but it happened and it was executed perfectly. And this is the right juice and sauce for Naomi to cook with, because I think we're seeing something very special. Her promos is killing it. She's natural. There's a swag, sexiness to her that's different.
Yeah.
She's got a whole different aura that we didn't think she had. And the belt is just like that cherry on top. I hope they don't Jey Uso her, though. I hope we don't get a Jey Uso and Homegirl is just champion for a month and then disappears. I hope that don't happen. I have faith that it don't, because, she's over right now. But fellas, the women of wrestling, the ladies, who had the hottest moment for you this past weekend? Joel, what you got?
That's a great question. I mean, if we're talking just moments, then yeah, I gotta agree with you. Naomi had the moment of the weekend. If we're talking matches, I'm actually gonna say Toni and Mercedes had the best women's match of the weekend, in my opinion. I did like Io versus Rhea as well.
That was shockingly good too. Yeah,
but for the style of wrestling that I like, Toni versus Mercedes was it for me. Honestly, I think Toni versus Mercedes was probably the match, my favorite match out of All In. Like, if we're talking straight up wrestling match, because Hangman and Mox obviously was the highlight of the night, but that wasn't it was a death match, so it wasn't like a straight up wrestling match. I think Toni and Mercedes went out there, put on a banger. They really, like, for that match was basically the match that everybody was waiting for once Mercedes got signed, and it lived up. A year or so later, Mercedes was still undefeated until that moment. She finally loses to Toni Storm. It was a hell of a match. Toni Storm is, like I said a couple episodes ago, the #1 world champion in the industry, in my opinion, and she continues to hold that title after All In. So yeah, I got to give it up to those ladies. But yeah, like you said, everybody across the board crushed it, man. WWE Evolution was a success, in my opinion. It was really good. For being such a kind of whack build to that show, they kind of all showed up and showed out during that card. So yeah, shout out to all the women.
Yeah, for real.
Lewis, where you at with it, man? You were live in person for one of the best women's matches of the weekend, one of the best matches of the weekend, and then you got to see a couple others. Where you stand? Who had the greatest moment, match, women's side in your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's a tie between Naomi cashing in and, like Joel said, Toni and Mercedes match. I think those were the biggest highlights for me personally. Obviously I saw the Toni and Mercedes live in person, so that's always gonna have a special place in my heart and mind. But Naomi cashing in, it was sort of unexpected, because I thought they were going to hold off for SummerSlam, actually.
Right.
I thought that's what they were going to do. So it was a genuine surprise. I didn't see it in real time, but I went back and watched the clips moments later, and it was a genuine surprise to see that. And the fans ate it up, and I've been loving what Naomi's been doing this year with her character.
Yeah, man.
She had this viral footage. I don't know if y'all saw it, like, before the PLE, where she was upset because she didn't have any merch. So she was going around interacting with the fans and going into the merch stands and, like, ripping shirts. Like, where my merch at? This is ridiculous. Like, I'm the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Like, I need my merch. That was awesome. She's doing some great character work, and another win for a black woman. But I think the most underrated moment is Athena winning the casino, the women's casino gauntlet match. That was a long time coming. I mean, Kayode, you and I have been saying that since Supercard of Honor in LA
Mm-hmm.
in 2023. That what is Athena doing in ROH?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm clapping up for Athena #1.
Yeah,
Lewis, you're absolutely right.
because not a lot of people are talking about the Athena thing because
no, they're not.
I mean, if you don't watch AEW, I understand, but that's why I say it's the most underrated moment of the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. Athena deserves it. I hope she gets the proper booking and push now that it looks like she's transitioning from ROH into AEW. She was on Dynamite tonight. She did a little, backstage promo. It was good. I like it. I just hope that, they get this ball rolling a little faster and start, heating her. They got to heat her up a little bit,
Yeah,
but yes,
time.
that was probably the most underrated. But I gotta tell you guys, I was not expecting that from Io and Rhea. Not that the match was going to be bad, but the match was layers of just really good booking and execution. Like they started off slow, then they built it up and built it up. They had their moments, Rhea on top, then Io, then it spills on the outside of the ring, then it spills beyond the barricade, then it goes out to the audience, then it makes its way back slowly, then they do it again in the ring. Listen, I thought, and I don't think much of WWE's wrestling. I thought that was very well done. Io and Rhea killed it, and then the Naomi on top of it. That match was just overall solid. I will say Mercedes and Toni get my vote for like best women's match of the weekend. Because of everything at stake, the grand stage of it all that good stuff. But I tell you something, Rhea and Io came very close though, very close. But yeah, man, listen, showing the love to the ladies. The men did their thing. We're gonna get to them in a minute, but this is about the women of wrestling who killed it. They came out and there were no jokes, man. Yeah. They were not playing around. Anything else on the women? Anything else?
Yeah. Quick shout out to the triple threat from Evolution 2. Bailey,
yes,
Becky, and
Lara. Yeah. That was the opener,
match,
right?
Yeah. Yes, that match delivered too. It was pretty good. It delivered. Also, Jade and Naomi was a pretty good no holds barred match for what it was. So shout out to Jade. I feel like she's getting better in the ring every time she's out there. So
yeah, I think the women had a huge chip on their shoulder. Yeah. Like following All In, and then they had the terrible build. Yeah. So yeah, they had a lot to prove and they delivered. So I think a win for women's wrestling is just a win for the industry, period. I don't think you need to be a female or be a girl to celebrate the success of Evolution from a quality standpoint.
Oh, absolutely.
I've always enjoyed women's wrestling, not during like the down period of the diva bullshit, but even that had its good spots. You know what I'm saying? Like when you had Beth Phoenix and Mickie James and all that. But I hate to say it, but when the women look attractive and they can wrestle, it makes it that much more appealing. Think about it. Like the sex appeal with the in-ring ability and the great character work. Yes. We're at like peak women's wrestling. Like we really are in this day and age.
And I'll tell you right now. And I'll tell you where that doesn't work and for who that doesn't work for. Your girl Nikki Bella. Looks good, but she is basura in the ring. Trash. She is complete trash in the ring. Right? She was wrestling this past Monday on Raw. You look at Nikki like, okay, she's for 75 years old, she still look good. She still look good. And if she gets in the ring, and am I bugging? If she gets in the ring and you're like, damn, she still can't wrestle. Like she still can't wrestle.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. Like if they can wrestle,
but she can't. That's my point. Right. She can't. She's got everything else you named. Lewis, she checked off all the boxes. except for that. That's the red X. So I had to give you that example right there because she still can't do it. She still can't do it. But anyway, guys, a little bit on the show and some love. But I want to get into this blasphemous statement that I heard on the great show Busted Open. Man, this comes down to I'm doing a haters club this week, fellas. I'm doing a haters club. Where's my music? Yeah, I'm doing I didn't have to do this because I was on my Loverboy-ish for a little bit, but now no more. I can't hold back. Bully Ray, who I respect as a genius of the sport of wrestling, said something blasphemous. He gave the Goldberg, this right here, as you fellas could see, gave Goldberg versus Gunther an A+. Now, fellas, Lewis, I'm no teacher and I'm no administrator, but if you get an A+, that means you exceeded expectations beyond a doubt. And I don't think any of us is going to sit here and say across the board that this match, psychology included, exceeded beyond a shadow of a doubt. I don't know where he's coming from with it. I listened to Busted Open. I was trying to understand what he was saying. And he was saying in terms of the delivery that Goldberg in the match gave, what he gave in the match, what Gunther was able to do with him. They're saying it's probably Goldberg's best wrestling match. Guys, listen, and I'm going to make this very short. The Haters Club goes to Bully Ray for saying something crazy like that. But on top of that, this match gets a Haters Club because it was a waste of Gunther's time. There was no need for this match. It did nothing for Gunther. It did nothing for Goldberg. He was supposed to retire and ride off into the sunset and never be seen again. But NBC did something classic. They cut your homeboy off in mid-sentence as he's saying goodbye to the world. And Goldberg was a little tight about that. He said some stuff on the internet. He was like, yo, I didn't like how they did me. This is my retirement. They cut me off. You ain't supposed to do that. Why'd they do that? I just wish it was different. You know, I'm glad with the work I did with Gunther, but I just wish I was treated differently. That, to me, left a little crack in the door in terms of wanting to go out right. And if anybody does legends right in terms of going out, is your boy TK. He has mastered the respect of the legend. I don't want to see Goldberg in AEW.
No, please.
I don't want to see it.
No.
But it does leave that door just cracked. Fellas, do you think I'm wrong for giving Bully Ray, and it's a double one, Bully Ray and this match, Haters Club of the... Do you agree with me? Am I wrong? Am I bugging? Was the match better than what I saw? I watched that match, and I'm sorry. There was nothing good about this match. It was whack. Goldberg can't wrestle. It just stamped the fact that Goldberg can't go anymore. He can't go. This ain't 1997. He ain't spearing like he used to spear. He ain't jackhammering people like he used to jackhammer. But that jackhammer he did on Gunther was the best I've seen in a while.
I was going to say, Gunther.
It was the best. I'm going to give him props.
He helped him out.
It was the best. He helped him out. Gunther's smart. He ain't trying to get a broken neck in the middle of a ring. So, fellas, am I tripping? Yo, am I tripping? What y'all think?
Okay. I don't see where... I understand Bubba, Bully. What does he go by these days? Is it Bubba or Bully?
Bully.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what Bully Ray...
leader of aces and eights, bro.
I know, right?
Don't get it twisted, bro.
No, because I'm like, is his Busted Open persona back to Bubba Ray?
No, it's Bully.
It's still Bully. Okay.
Yeah.
In any case, Yes, I understand what Bully Ray is trying to convey in this point, that Gunther's job was to get the most out of Goldberg because it was his retirement match, and it succeeded to a certain extent. But an A+ is
Wild.
that's an exaggeration. Come on,
Yeah.
come on,
Wild.
an A+.
Wild.
Like
Yeah.
that match gets a C at best.
A
You know,
C
because
at
I've
best.
seen worse matches. It's not like it's the worst match I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
Right.
But I didn't think much of it. I knew there was a possibility, a very strong, not even, there wasn't even a strong possibility. I think the social media was feeding into that. Goldberg was never going to win the world title.
No way.
Like, absolutely no way. There were all these theories that Goldberg was going to win and then Seth was going to cash in. I 100% always knew going into it that Gunther was going to retain. But something interesting that Gio and I were mentioning, because we were watching on my phone as we were filing out of the stadium after All In, and we were saying after it was all said and done that it actually should have been more of a squash match on the part of Gunther. Like, give Goldberg his little bit of offense for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then Gunther just becomes like a super villain and just completely starts dismantling Goldberg. And, maybe that might not do favors for Goldberg as he's retiring or whatnot, but Gunther is your guy. He's your world heavyweight champion. And he once upon a time ago, he was Walter. Walter was a
man.
fucking monster.
Monster.
Okay?
I miss him, man.
Right. Walter was like Brock Lesnar versus Walter 6 or 7 years ago. That would have been a dream match. And I'm bringing up Brock Lesnar because we all remember SummerSlam 2014 where Brock Lesnar did to John Cena. John Cena got his little bit of offense, but Lesnar just absolutely destroyed him, and we had never seen anything like that before. So I think they should have done something akin to that with Gunther. But yeah, it came and went.
Yeah. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, man. I never want to talk about Goldberg. It's over. You got to ride off to the sunset, bro. It's over. Like, I think Goldberg thinks he's Sting or Flair or like Hogan or any of these guys. Like, and I'm not even a big Hogan fan, but I feel like I think he thinks he's that, and he's not. And it's just he's not really loved by his peers, unfortunately. Like, there's not many wrestlers coming up now that are like, oh man, I idolize Goldberg. No, you hear that about Brett, you hear that about Sting, you hear about Flair, you hear that about Hogan, but you never really hear people say Goldberg was my guy. I love Goldberg. Like, he had a hot 2-3 years in WCW, and then he came back to WWE. It was very mid when his WWE run, and that's why he didn't get that big send off. I feel like he thinks it's like, since he probably did see the Sting send off and was like, I deserve the same thing. But no, man, Sting was in AEW from the beginning. He helped that company become legitimized. Not from the beginning, but whatever, pretty close. He helped AEW become legitimized. It made sense to give him that big send off and have him win his last match. And Sting was willing to do some crazy ass shit. Yeah. Even at like 60 something years old, he's jumping off the top of fucking high ass structures and doing all this crazy shit. Yeah. So like, yeah, Goldberg, okay, you came back, you had a world title match. Like, what else do you want, bro? So it's like, I think we have on that side, we have Goldberg talking shit, saying that he wasn't happy. And then we have on the other side, Bully saying this is an A+. It's like, if Goldberg himself wasn't happy, how the hell could it be an A+? Yeah, that shit makes no sense. So yeah, I think Bully,
make sense.
Yeah, Bully's one of those guys that's gonna give WWE way more props than it needs to, just because he has a Legends deal. He's gonna have to say what he doesn't want to ruffle any feathers over there. And then yeah, like I said, man, it was a cool little moment, I guess. Let's move on. Let's make Gunther the person that he's supposed to be again. Yeah. I feel like he's been looking like a chump ever since the Pat McAfee match. And like, come on, man! Like, it's time to make this guy that big heel that we all loved when he was Walter, man. He was when his music came on, NXT UK when he came out for the first time. I remember that moment. I didn't even know who he was, but the way that the crowd reacted, I was like, oh, who the hell is this big ass guy?
Yeah.
And then I did my research, found out about his whole indie persona, how he's been crushing it back then. And then he came up to the main roster and it's kind of been like, he's a shell of himself a little bit. And I think they're kind of doing, it's a detriment to him because they removed all the stuff that made him like cool. Like they took Ludwig away from him. Now he's just like, he kind of just comes out. He comes out in like a regular ass like black t-shirt. Like he's not the guy that we thought he was gonna be. And I hope they, after this, him destroying Goldberg, hopefully we go to the next thing and he could be built up to that champion that he should be. Because right now it's kind of like, I don't know, man.
Slacking a little bit.
He needs to kill Punk at SummerSlam, like dismantle him.
Yeah,
he needs going back to Lesnar and Cena, 2014 SummerSlam.
Like
we need
Joe
to
said,
see a repeat
I'm a little
of that.
worried about what they're going to do with that, man. I don't have a good feeling about this.
They'll probably give the title to Punk.
They're gonna crown Punk.
You know, just to pop the crowd.
Yeah, they're gonna crown Punk. But let's stay with Saturday night's main event right now, fellas. We had some controversial. Is it a work? Is it for real? Seth Rollins on Saturday night's main event looked like he injured a knee, and he sold the shit. He sold the hell out of it. If this is work, like he really sold it, like the whole setup. But there was a lot of things going on that people are saying, and the Godfather of Wrestling podcast himself, Wade Keller, said, "Hey, I just don't believe it. Like I don't think I'm convinced that this is something. I think that they have conjured this up to make the cash in, whenever that's going to be, epic, where we have no idea if Seth is coming out or not, because apparently he's hurt. Now, the way the match ended, the way the setup was, and the medical team running up to Seth and all this stuff just didn't seem like a real injury. Like, you know, the wise man didn't look too concerned, and then the ref didn't look crazy concerned, and then you know, LA Knight wasn't like concerned. There was no level of like urgency when you were looking at this match or watching this match when that happened. And Seth didn't look like he was in major pain either, for someone who probably just tore something. I don't know, but if this is a work, I'm with it. If it's not, I feel terrible and I hope it gets better. But I don't know, fellas. Something is telling me that this is just going to lead to one of those big time surprise pops, possibly at SummerSlam, where your boy runs down the 2-mile ramp and ends up beating CM Punk at SummerSlam. Fellas, Joe, is he working us, or do you think this is legit?
I'm leaning towards this a work.
Okay.
Just because he seemed perfectly fine. Like it's a move he does multiple times in a match. It's a springboard moonsault, landed on his feet. He sold the knee, but when you look at the replay, nothing happens to his leg. Yeah. It looks very normal. I mean, you know, shit could happen, and we you know, it could be a legit injury. But I am leaning towards that. It's kind of like they knew Naomi was cashing in the next day. How can we make Seth's cash in different? And the last Seth cash in was the heist of the century, WrestleMania. Right. We need to make it just as big or bigger. So let's, you know, work an injury, have everybody's mind off of Seth for a little bit. And then, like you said, maybe SummerSlam, CM Punk's about to win that title. Maybe he literally is about to get the 3 count, and then we hear that Seth Rollins music. Because Seth did say his number one thing, he's never going to let CM Punk become champion. So I don't know. It could be a work. I'm leaning towards work. Like you said, though, if it's not a work, I feel terrible about even thinking that it's a work. But I did say today, I think he's doing, I forgot the show, but he's the guest host of, I forgot the name of the show, but he's the guest host of it. And he commented that he wasn't able to get a full MRI done because there was too much fluid. And I'm like, that sounds like some bullshit, right?
This
there.
is bullshit.
That sounds like some bullshit. You telling me doctors can't see through the fluid? We got all types of technology nowadays. Doctors can't see through fluid. Come on.
Exactly.
That sounds like some bullshit. That sounds like he was put on the spot real quick and he was like, oh shit, I gotta
Exactly.
make up something. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, but I'm leaning towards work. I do hope everything's okay with Seth Rollins, though, because if it's not a work, damn, that sucks, because I'm sure this was a big part of their storyline for this upcoming year. Seth Rollins being the money in the bank and all that.
Yeah.
And hopefully if it is a real injury, hopefully he's healthy by Mania and he could come back strong, if anything.
How about you, Lou? We getting
You
work
guys
in?
put up convincing arguments that it might be a work. I didn't really give him that much thought. I just assumed that it was a real injury. But now that you've presented your arguments, it could be a work, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is the ultimate way to screw over Punk. If Punk indeed beats Gunther, what better way to screw him over than to have an injured Seth Rollins come out and steal the title from him? You know, like Joel said, 10 years ago was the height of the century. Now we're going to get the sequel.
Yeah.
The sequel.
The sequel to the heights of the century. So
That's true.
we shall wait and see. You know, I don't want to jump to conclusions right away and say that it's a work, but it would not shock me.
Yeah, that's where I'm leading, man. I don't know. Everything, it just didn't look like an injury that would. It didn't look like it was something that would have injured him. I don't know. It just didn't, and it wasn't convincing the way he landed. And I don't know. It's just he seemed like he was acting a little bit, or auditioning for some role that he's probably leaving the company for in a few months anyway. But we'll see, man. It's a lot of speculation. Yeah. I just have a feeling we're going to hear some music hit, and your boy's going to run down that aisle and cash in, and boom, another major cash in on a major PLE. And speaking of major PLEs, fellas, I want to get into the all in of things. This 6-hour mega event had bangers after bangers after bangers, guys. Live letter grades from Bleacher Report. Man, Lewis, as you were there in person, there's a lot of matches. I don't want to go through them all, but fellas, what were some of the highlights of this pay-per-view? Matches, moments. You know, Juice Robinson came back, baby faced all and all, looked good, looked healthy. Cope is back. Music hits, one of the biggest pops of the whole night. It was pretty solid, man. Like you're going down the matches. The Young Bucks and Swerve and Ospreay. My God, man, just pure art in that ring, man. But fellas, any moments that stick out the most to you from this past Saturday's All In Texas? Joe, anything?
I mean, yeah, like you said, the Bucks Ospreay Swerve match. That match was incredible. Honestly, one of the best tag team matches I ever seen. Like all four of those gentlemen went in there. They went in there with a plan to freaking crush it, and they delivered.
Yeah, they killed it.
And it was a surprise win. I thought the Bucks were gonna win. It's surprising to see the Bucks not have the EVP titles. They're gonna actually have to like evolve as characters, which
seen, like
the whole time that AEW is run. Basically, they've been the EVP. So this is cool. I think it was a cool, and it was a cool way to show like what was gonna happen later on that night. Like it was almost like, all right, everything is toppling, all the bad guys are falling. And then to cap it off with Hangman getting that choke out, tap out victory with the chain.
Yeah,
man, that was a moment, man. Just seeing Jon Moxley struggling, trying to he sold the shit out of that chain. Like, he sold it.
Yeah, he did.
That was like he sold the struggle of like, I'm gonna hold this until like his face was red. Like,
it was great.
He finally tapped out. It was an incredible match. The things they pulled out in that match was crazy. The freaking bed of nails, the glass, the forks to start like 90 seconds into the damn match, start stabbing each other in the forehead with forks. I'm like over here like, damn, I'm almost like, damn, I gotta look away a little bit.
Yeah.
The camera, Lewis, you were there live, but the camera shot that they did was literally like right here, and all you saw was the stabbing, and as soon as the stabbing happened, blood just squirting out of Jon Moxley's forehead, like. There was no gimmicked fork there. That was legit. All of that. Legit.
Yeah, no, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but AEW tonight,
I saw.
Actually, did you see the clip? They did a slow motion highlight where you see the whole thing in slow motion. You literally see the blood gushing out of his forehead. Yeah, there was a collective gasp in the stadium when that was happening.
There was a collective gasp in my house, bro.
We weren't expecting to see the fucking blood that instantly, and everybody was just like, "Oh shit!"
They did not play, man. They came correct. They did what they had to do. Shout out to this match too, Okada Omega. It wasn't as good as their previous 4 bouts, but this match was very psychology based. I like that everything was kind of built around Omega's diverticulitis. And like anytime he got hit in the stomach, it was like you could tell that was what they were going out there to sell, and they sold the shit out of it. And Omega sold it like death every time he got hit, which was really awesome. And then of course this match was incredible. Mercedes and Toni, my favorite match of the night. The ladies killed it. Shout out to Mercedes, man. I think Mercedes needs more credit for just the pageantry that she brings to wrestling.
Yes, that's the perfect word. The pageantry.
Yeah, she is like she's an automatic star. She's beautiful. The way she comes out always is like, I'm making a statement every time I come out. She had the big ass robe with all the people that she beat on her way to this match, which was incredible touch. She almost seems like she's. I hate to say it because I love wrestling, but she almost seems like she's too good for wrestling. like she's like.
I mean, that's a good point.
Like she seems like she should be like an actress or R&B singer or something. Like she's so like incredibly looking. She's a star. She comes out and you could automatically tell like she is a star. Like she's worth every penny that Tony Khan has dropped on her, and all the people that talk shit about her like being like Moné Hogan or whatever, Mercedes Hogan. She deserves all the belts because all these companies, I'm sure, are getting a whole bunch of return just from her being their world champion.
Oh yeah,
from all these random indie companies that she's a champion for and shit like that. Like it just makes sense. So yeah, shout out to the women, they killed it. And also shout out to MJF winning the contract. I thought that was a fun little gauntlet match as well.
Yeah,
as well as the Athena win too.
Yeah. Lewis, you were in person. You touched upon it a little bit, man. Any thoughts about the pay-per-view that you want to get off your chest before we move on?
Adam Cole. Adam Cole, baby. So as I was waiting on the merchandise line, that's when I had found out that Adam Cole was removed from the pay-per-view because that news had just broke earlier that day. So, I'm chatting it up with the people around me waiting on the line, and I'm like, Adam Cole is off the card, right? And they were like, wait, what? And, we were just all wondering, like, well, what the hell happened? And it was just, from that point, it was an undisclosed injury. They just said now it's going to be a 4-way match for the TNT title. So, he comes out, and I'm like, oh, shit. But yeah, it's a different kind of oh shit because I'm like, oh, he's gonna cut a promo explaining what the situation is. The feeling that everybody got as soon as he came into the ring and you saw his facial expression was that, yo, he might be done. Like this might really be his retirement speech because I've never seen Adam Cole that emotional. Like he could barely get through his words in the promo. Yeah. I just feel real bad for Adam Cole. I really do. He has had so many setbacks because of injuries, specifically with the head-related stuff, the concussions. I feel terrible. And this is a dude that, he peaked, I guess, 2020, 2021, right around that time. Like maybe when he first came into the company. But from All In London 2023... and after, it's just been downhill.
Yeah, man.
And
Hasn't been the same.
It's so sad when he had mentioned that I forgot where I read it, but like he couldn't do car rides for like more than 15 minutes at a time. Um,
Damn.
it's very scary and very concerning because
Yeah.
what you don't want for him is to catch a case of CTE and then we get another Benoit situation, God forbid, right? I wouldn't want that for anybody. Like that's just the human side of me. Forget me being a wrestling fan. I think that it would be very wise. I mean, we don't know what it is specifically that's causing him to not wrestle and be out for a while, but I would think that it's time to hang it up. Like if it's something serious, like concussion related, it's really time to hang it up. But yeah, it was it was an emotional promo, man. It was sucks. And Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly coming out, those are real tears. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not a work.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that was a tough one, man. And I like you said, Lou, this one felt different than all the other times he's come out or he's been gone. This one felt like, guys, this is another head thing, and I told you about the first one. This one, I don't know. This one's a little more serious. And I wonder when it happened. If it was that spot that Fletcher did when he, power bombed him on the edge of the apron. He smacked his head right on the, like, just terrible. I mean, just terrible luck all around, man. From the ankle injury, shattered his ankle, to the concussions. Yeah. He's never been the same after that, man. Never been the same.
Nope.
So, prayers up to Adam Cole. We want to see you back. If not, we get it. You did great work, man. We respect your stuff.
He's well liked by a lot of people. Like he's very respected in the industry. So it sucks.
Real quick, I saw more people tweeting about Adam Cole, more wrestlers tweeting about Adam Cole and his injury than people tweeting about Goldberg's retirement. That's how you know nobody fucks with Goldberg, bro.
Yeah, nobody.
Usually a wrestler retires and they're like, "Oh man, Goldberg, thank you for your years."
Yeah.
Nobody. I didn't see that one wrestler tweet that.
You saw thank you, Adam, instead.
Yeah, nobody cares about Goldberg. Get the hell out of here, Goldberg. But anyway, y'all, that's the all in of things. Now, listen, we had the last event of the weekend. We had Evolution, which was pretty damn good for all intents and purposes. It was a solid show all around. The women showed up, they showed out, the matches did their thing. Guys, I gotta tell you, I enjoyed the show. The 3-way Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra was solid. Becky and Lyra are going to run it back at SummerSlam, which should be interesting. Listen, WWE is really putting everything into Lyra. They're like, listen, girl, we're running with you. We're giving you main events, matches with the best we got, Becky. And if you can't shine with Becky, I ain't got nothing else for you. So this is a do or die for Lyra, in my opinion. She's got to show up, show out. She's got to do her thing. She's liked by the audience. She's liked by the universe. I think she's just a little bland for me. I hate the whole wings and woo. I'm sorry. I just find it corny. It's not for me. I've never been big on Becky, as you guys know, but I do respect Becky. I respect the work. I respect the resume. She's solid. Should be an interesting match. I think they can both go, but this was really good in terms of a 3-way. And the night was just decent. JC Jane and Jordan Grace, good, not great. The tag team match was good. I think Evolution was good. I didn't think it was great. I think it was good. That last match, that main event, though, made up for like 75% of the rest of the card. Lou, where are you at? Did you get to watch Evolution? What did you think of Evolution? Was it good? Great? Where are you putting it at?
I don't have a letter rating or anything like that because I didn't get to see the PLE. I caught the highlights and the clips, so I know everything that happened. I just didn't see the matches in their entirety. But it looked like a very successful, entertaining event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there are people online, of course, that are saying that this was the best event of the weekend,
Okay,
and
they're
it was
crazy. See, this is
the best WWE PLE of the year. You know,
Mm,
I can't really comment on it because, like I said, I didn't see it in its entirety. But yeah, shout out to the women. You know,
yeah,
it
the
was
women.
turned out to be a successful event, more successful than most people were anticipating. So it's always good to see them shine, especially where it's a night where it's just them. It's just the women's division.
Yeah, it was definitely more successful than I think people thought because it was such a packed weekend. But again, it was good, not great. Definitely whoever is paying these people to write these things like, oh, greatest event of all time, Hogan and Andre, like all this bull, like if whoever is writing this stuff should be banished from internet wrestling journalism. I don't even want to hear it. Like y'all are wildin'. What do you mean? Best show of the weekend? I need to be on their payroll because listen, you give me a check, I'm going to say Naomi versus Jade was better than Brett and Shawn WrestleMania 12. I'm going to tell you right there. Listen, you give me that check, I'm going to tell you right there. Right, I'm going to say that right then and right there. Right, but we all know that ain't true. Joel,
Right.
you where did you stand with this PLE, man? Did it meet your expectations? Did it go above the expectations? What did you think?
I think it was solid. I would say it probably, yeah, I think it went above my expectations. Yeah, because like the main event itself was worth the price of entry basically, and then also the triple threat. Everything in between was kind of meh. The battle royal was cool. Tiffany versus Trish actually surprised me. I thought it was going to be a shit show of a match, and it wasn't
Right.
that bad. It was pretty good. Trish also was doing some shit that I didn't know she could still do.
Exactly.
So that's cool. She was pulling out like moonsaults and all and hurricanranas and all types of shit. I was like, all right, Trish, you still got it. Yeah, but solid show. This definitely wasn't the show of the weekend. It could be the PLE of the year, maybe for WWE so far, because they kind
I
of
can
been
see
weak.
that.
And this card actually had 7 matches or something like that, which is a rare feat for
the
WWE.
biggest card.
Yeah, so I could see why people were saying it's the best PLE of the year, but compared to All In, it wasn't nowhere near All In at all.
No, it wasn't near All In. We had a great wrestling weekend, fellas. We had a great wrestling weekend, and WWE is already hitting us with SummerSlam stuff. They're getting that card ready quick. We getting tag team guys, Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. Who was it? Logan Paul and who's it?
Drew.
And Drew. You know, you need one of those matches, I guess.
Yeah,
it's a 2-night.
I think Lewis is hearing this for the first time.
Yeah,
we're getting Lewis's real-time reaction.
2-night extravaganza. You got to throw some BS in there like that. Jelly Roll. Listen, I like Jelly Roll. I'm not gonna lie. I like Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's cool. You know, he could come to the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Bring a little, tater salad.
This is definitely my first time here now. Because I didn't watch all of Raw.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
It happened I think it was
what the
SmackDown.
fuck?
Yeah.
It actually happened.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll
and Randy Orton against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's gonna sell. That's selling tickets right now.
Yeah, Jelly Roll's a cool guy, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jelly Roll's cool, it's cool,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Like, really? I mean, what is that about? Yeah, he's teaming up with him. Yeah, teaming up with
the Viper.
Yo, the Viper and the Roll.
Yeah, Viper and the Roll. Jade, you got Jade versus what? Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we know Jade is going
guys,
over.
That is, to me,
that match is gonna suck though.
Going to be absolutely terrible.
That shit's gonna be ass.
I like Tiff. Tiff is still slightly. She's green, but she ain't like dark green. She's like emerald green, which is not too bad. Like she's not. She's like lime green, but not like jade, which is like the color of like green. Like she's like leprechaun green. Like you know what I'm saying. Like,
Jade, this is turning into an earth science lesson.
Jade needs a lot of work. I'm sorry. And Tiffany is not the greatest. I don't know where this is going to. They need. Listen, man. I'm telling you right now, worst match of the weekend will probably be that match. I'm telling you, Jelly Roll may do a moonsault before Jade looks good in that ring. I'm telling you,
man. I can't wait for this Jelly Roll match.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, y'all. Fellas, any final words before episode 99 is in the books?
No, man. Once again, thank you to all the followers. We've officially hit 1,000 on Instagram, and we're gonna continue pushing out all sorts of content: lovable, hateable, obnoxious, you name it.
Yes, sir. And listen, man, get on that Instagram, get on that YouTube page, join us. We got the episodes up. We got some shorts up here, man. Follow us. We're trying to do some things here, man, with this On the Mark Wrestling Podcast brand. But thank you again, like Lewis said, to all the people who made it happen. 1,000. We was talking about 1,000 at the end of the year. We made 1,000 in July, which is, listen, big ups to us. Gotta show ourselves some love. Pat yourselves on the back. But keep following the content. Keep following us, man. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff on the Mark Wrestling Podcast. I'm your boy Kayode, episode 99. Stay tuned for episode 100. I have no idea what we're doing for episode 100, but we're gonna bring you something. We're gonna bring you some nice.
We'll just be present.
We'll just be present. Yeah, here. Yeah, we'll be present. Right. Until next time, y'all. Peace
out.
You have just listened to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, a Scriptly adapted production. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at On the Mark Wrestling. And email us on onthemarkpodcast@gmail.com.